Hey guys, Pat here from Mountain Sledder. I want to show you the Spot X. It's a new device that allows you to communicate two ways via satellite network, and you can send SMS messages or email messages to anyone that has a mobile phone or an email address, even from out here. We're not snowmobiling today, are we? It's July, but we are hiking into a popular snowmobile location around Golden called Gorman Lake. And the reason we are doing that is because we are testing out a new two-way satellite communication device called Spot X. So why are we going all the way out here? It's hard to test the satellite communicator when you're in town, when you have phone service. And so we need to get out of phone service so we can test it, see how well it works. So how does the two-way messaging work? Well, it's pretty simple. There's a menu, and I'm going to type out a message. I'll just start a new one here. And you have the option of typing in a new phone number or selecting one from your contact list. With the Spot X, you can either create contacts directly on the device, or you can do ahead of time on my account on the Spot website. It's pretty easy to do it that way. You can add a person's name, their email address, and phone number, and it'll create a separate contact for each email and phone number. Then they're right in the device. If you want to message that person, all you have to do is select their name from the list. You don't have to type their phone number in every time. Sending a message is pretty simple. Simply select your contact list, work your way down to whoever you want to send it to. I'm going to send one to my wife right now. And then I'm just going to go ahead and type out my message. Pretty simple. Hi honey, if you want to select a special feature, you just press the Alt button and the appropriate key. And if you want to send elevation and location information, you just simply check these boxes here and then over to the send button, and it's on its way. Okay, now there's two ways to trigger the SOS function. One is through the menu here, and you would hit enter and then it would ask you to confirm, and I'm not going to do that because I've been told in no uncertain terms not to test the SOS function because it is active, and if I do, it's going to send an emergency signal to the GAOS International Emergency Center, and that's going to activate a rescue. So I don't want to do that, but another way to do it would be to open this little tab here that protects the button, and then we have this red button underneath, and basically you just hold this button for 3 seconds and that's going to trigger the SOS. Now when this device goes into SOS mode, it basically cancels all the other functions. So it's sending the signal to GEOS and no other messaging or checking in or anything like that. That's all gets suspended, and it's focusing strictly on the SOS, which obviously is the emergency at hand. Now, two-way messaging still works for use with the emergency center only. And that means that you can receive confirmation from them that they've received the signal, that help is on its way, and they can also ask you for more information regarding the nature of the emergency, which you can send to them, and that can help the rescuers that are coming be well prepared. And that's basically how the SOS functionality works. Okay, we're gonna try out the tracking functionality, and basically I've set the interval for 10 minutes. You can set that on the device as to how often you want to send out a tracking crumb. And I'm just going to start tracking right now. And that's going to save my location and elevation on a map every 10 minutes. Just like with two-way messaging, with Spot X, when you use the predefined messages feature, you can also send your location data and your elevation data with the message. And that's really cool because it allows the people that you're sending that message to look on Google Maps. There's a link that comes with the message, and it shows you exactly where you were when you sent that message. If I want to send a predefined message, also pretty simple. I just need to go into Messages, into Predefined, select that, and then pick one of your predefined messages. You can predefine up to 14 different messages ahead of time. That's something that you can do on your account online and then sync it with your device. And that's a lot easier than typing them out ahead of time on the device itself. All right, I'm gonna send out, hey there, we're testing out the new SpotX device for an upcoming Mountain Sledder review. Here's where we are right now, pretty neat. Now I can send this to anyone on my contact list, including social media accounts. So I've linked Mountain Sledder's Facebook account with this ahead of time, and I'm gonna go ahead and send that predefined message to the Mountain Sledder account. So again, I simply select my contacts, select Facebook account, and I'm gonna add location information and send. Easy peasy, now my predefined message has been sent up to Facebook, and hopefully all you wonderful people out there have seen that at some point. It's also got a check-in feature. So the check-in feature is a little different than the predefined messages. You would create one message only, and if you use a check-in, it's just a simple one press, and that's gonna send that message to up to 10 recipients that you've chosen ahead of time. So it's just one press of the button, and it's a way of letting all those friends or family know that, hey, I'm en route, or I'm okay. Or the only drawback to the check-in feature is that it has to be a predetermined message. You can't customize it in the field. It's what you've set up ahead of time on your software and then sync to the device. It's as simple as picking on the main menu and just pressing that return button. And up top we can see there's a little check-in icon, and that just indicates that I've sent my check-in message and it's on its way. SpotX costs $350 Canadian, and it does require a subscription plan. Don't try and take it into the backcountry without that, because it won't work. So you've got to purchase your subscription plan and activate the device online before you take it out on your adventure. So some of the pros of the SpotX: it's a two-way satellite communicator. You can text with your friends and family, email them back home while you're in the backcountry. That's awesome. You can customize messages. You can hear back what's going on. It's also got that SOS emergency call out feature. That's one of the main reasons that you want this device. The two-way communication is just a really handy feature that you're going to use a lot more than that SOS feature. So that makes the device really handy. It's got the keyboard on it, which is great, makes it a standalone product. You don't need your phone. One cool feature about the SpotX is that they can actually message each other. Each device has a dedicated phone number depending which country you live in. Here in Canada, you have a Canadian phone number. And so that you can actually use this device to message your other friend that's got one as well. If you're meeting up in the backcountry, or you've come separated, or some other thing is happening where you need to contact each other, you can actually send that other device a message from it. The last pro of the SpotX is that it's cheaper than some other similar devices out there. It runs $350 Canadian, which is about $100 cheaper than even the cheapest alternative. And in terms of the subscription plans, those prices are very comparable across brands. A couple of the cons of the SpotX: the Spot satellite network doesn't have true global coverage. So there are places where you might not have any coverage out in the middle of the ocean, but for the most part, all the land masses have coverage. Some areas in the world, Asia and Australasia, Indo-Pacific area, don't have two-way messaging capabilities with these. In those places, you can do one-way messaging only, but for the rest of the world here in North America, Canada, United States, Europe, two-way messaging works. The only other con from the SpotX that we can tell is that the navigation doesn't work that great. I struggled to get it to work with the compass to let me find my waypoints that I had programmed in ahead of time. But frankly, I don't really care about that. I want this device for backcountry safety. It gives me great peace of mind knowing that if there's an emergency, I can call in the cavalry, they're gonna be on their way. And it gives me peace of mind to be able to text my loved ones, message my loved ones, and they know that I'm safe throughout the day and they can get back to me as well. Yes, these devices are reasonably expensive. They don't cost more than a nice helmet, but they're reasonably expensive. However, when you do need it, you've got what is potentially a life-saving tool. Hopefully you never need to use that SOS functionality, but if you do, it's there and you know that help is on its way, it's gonna be worth it. And the functionality of being able to communicate back and forth with two-way messaging makes it really handy. Okay guys, thanks for watching our SpotX review here on Mountain Sledder. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more reviews in the future. Well, we were just finishing up our SpotX review, and lo and behold, just on the other side of these rocks here, where we were filming, there was a little grizzly bear making his way through the alpine here. So we're gonna take that as our opportunity to wrap up our review of the Spot X and head back around a different way back to the trail and out to the truck. So thanks for watching our review. Hope it helps you make some decisions about safety gear that you're gonna use this winter when you're out sledding in places like Gorman Lake, British Columbia.